everyone, I'm Jodie. Welcome back to my channel. So, I have finished day 2, well, part of day 2 with this holiday journal. So, here is where day 2 starts, and I've written day 2 here, and I will do that for each of the days. And it's pretty much the first part of the day. So, we went to the wildlife habitat, and it's just documenting that part of the day. And then later I'll go in and write about the second half of the day. But first of all, this is what I've done here because this is the page that came next in line. So I was trying to do it chronologically and in the order that the pages came in. So this is just what happened with this one. So as you can see, this was the end of day 1 where I journaled about that night. And here, yeah, is day 2, or the start of it. So this page was the map that we were given when we first arrived at the wildlife habitat and we got our entry tickets and everything. This is a picture of the place. And then I made that into a pocket, and this is what the place looks like. It was just so beautiful with all the greenery, and there were lakes and waterfalls and these lovely paths and walkways and just tropical, and I could have just stayed there forever. I could have stayed there all day just sitting down and with my journal and looking at everything, walking around, being with the animals and just surrounded by this beautiful environment. Oh, I could have, yeah, just stayed there forever. As soon as we walked in, because I had no idea what to expect. I didn't even know we were going to this place. I didn't know what it was. And then we go in there, and I was just like, whoa, blown away. As soon as we opened the first door, we went into this room, and there was it was like an indoor area that looked outdoors, if that makes sense. So there were trees in the indoor space, but there were seats, kind of seating. It was like a courtyard, an indoor courtyard, but with trees everywhere, and scrub underground, so that all these birds were flying around and twittering, and some were on the ground in the brush. And I was like, wow, this is amazing, because the birds were so adorable. They were just these colors. Look at it, the yellow and the purple, and there were some blue ones. You can't see them very well, but just gorgeous birds that I've never seen before, just flying around everywhere. And yeah, I could have spent all day just in that room, sitting down and looking at them all. So that was pretty special. So this was a feather I picked up on my way out that was just on the ground. And then just journaling about, yeah, going to this place and my thoughts about this this room. And then going in, oh, just birds everywhere. Seriously, all different types of birds, absolutely everywhere. And just the colours on them, aren't they gorgeous? And see, we don't have birds like this where I am, and these parrots, so it's just, they're quite exotic looking, and they're all eating this food, and they are so close to you. And this one, I always like to try and take selfies of places I go to, just to kind of say I was here as proof. And I got one with one of the parrots in the background, so I was happy about that. And then another selfie just of the landscape. So there's the water in the background, it's beautiful, and some birds as well, and the greenery. So it's very strategic where I take a selfie. Like, I'm thinking about where I am and what I want to capture to remember here. Or here. The cassowary, I saw a cassowary in real life for the first time. And my goodness, just looking at it, the feet on the thing, the feet are bigger than its head. Like, I was just so amazed. It just looks so prehistoric with the horn on its head and these gigantic feet that look like dinosaur feet. They don't look like bird feet at all. They look like dinosaur feet. So I was just like, what? This is amazing seeing that, and it's beautiful. I love kookaburras anyway, but this is a special type of kookaburra apparently because something about its wings, so it's a different type. And yeah, so just documenting all that journey. And over here, this is random because this is just a page I had, filling up the pages. And I did this while I was in Cairns or wherever we were staying, and using my mum's watercolour pencils, and I just put down my favourite ones. eating lots of greens. And this one, I was like, Mum, how do you say this word? Because that's what it was called. And she's like, oh, I'm not sure. And so she looked it up on Google. And so we're all in the room, my sister, my nephew, me, and Mum's on Google searching for how to say this word. And then she's like, okay, here we go. I found it. And she went to play the pronunciation. And so she's like, here we go. And then the voice says, I won't be able to do it right, but it's this guy, and he's saying, fella. It was just like, what? I cracked up laughing, and everyone was just like, huh? What on earth was that? Just this really creepy voice, but not just that, just the way it was said, like, fella. And we're like, okay. Anyway, so I just thought it was hilarious, so I just journaled about that there. I love things like that. And so, because then it goes straight into the next day and what we did the next day with the pages and how I set it up. So I didn't want to keep on journaling about that here. So I've just gone and found the other page spread on the other side and then continued my journaling about this place. And that's what I mean. It's kind of random, and it's not the way I usually do things. I would set things out chronologically and structured, but because it's a junk journal and, you know, the other page is all these pages in between before you get to it. So I'm just going with it and just seeing what happens. And yeah, and I'm trying not to be worried about it not being chronological. By the way, I forgot to write on the back of this, I just wrote more journaling. Sorry, I'm just stumbling over my words. Using it as a tag as well to journal on, as a journal card, sorry. Same with this one. So there was this gorgeous koala in the trees. Isn't that cute? I just fell in love with it. And then I just journaled about the koala and how we went to see a koala presentation. So that's there. Okay, going back to that page. Where are you? Yeah, so this was my highlight from that day. Feeding the kangaroo and patting it. So I got a picture of me patting it. Isn't it? Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's so cute. And this reminds me of... yeah, it reminds me of when my grandma, I used to visit her in Budrum, Sunshine Coast, and we went to a zoo and you could feed animals there. It's the only other zoo that I know of that I could feed animals that I've been to so far. So that we could feed animals here, I was like, oh my gosh, memories. And my mum took a photo of me feeding this kangaroo. Well, it's the same one, but yeah. Love it. And then we went on this savannah tour because there's different areas, and it was just random. We were already in there, and then all of a sudden we heard this guy start the tour. I'm like, oh, let's just tag along. And these pelicans, my goodness, they were kind of vicious. They were wanting food, apparently, that's what he said, and that they would snap at you. So he had to try and keep them away from us while he was doing the tour. And they were, I didn't want to walk past them because they really did snap with those large beaks. Anyway, so I just journaled about that there on the back. And then we went to the crocodile presentation. My goodness, this crocodile was massive. The photo won't do justice to the scale. And just the ridges on it and the spikes on its tail, again, just looks so prehistoric and like a dinosaur. So that's, yeah, day 2, or the wildlife habitat journaled about. And then I will probably use, to document the rest of the day 2, I will probably use this page. And then I'm not sure what to do. Oh, I don't know. It just might be random where I document day 2 and then day 3 is just going to be random, and from now on it might be a little more random because I want to try and write about the things that we go to, write about it on the actual pages, so it'll just be jumbled up in the end, I think. But that's alright. You can just flick through it. It's fine. Well, I'm trying to be fine with it at least anyway. So anyway, that's my wildlife habitat journaling done. So I hope you like it. And I had fun just doing a few different things with the flip outs and the tucks and things. So that was fun. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.